Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm a Pop-Pop.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Matt.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. Oh my word, check it out. We got little baby broccolis just popping out of the soil. Look at these. Woohoo! We got some more back here. How'd we seed 3 in 1 cell? I'll have no idea, but it happened. Oh, it's humid in here. It's okay, I'm just going for a little walk. Good job, girls. Oh, calm down, ladies. Excuse me, ladies. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to have you. We just got finished off with taking care of the animals. All the animals seem to be doing really, really good. Our new batch of chickens, I try and go and walk through there every single day on top of feeding them, just trying to friendly them up. And they're doing a lot better. They're not freaking out every time we go in there. So that is a big plus. We were concerned that the chickens that we moved were gonna really like slow down in egg production, but we haven't seen that happen. That's a really good sign for us. That's one of the reasons why we got new chickens. You know, we need more eggs around here. We're selling way too many eggs. The last thing that needs to be done for morning chores is I need to walk through this greenhouse and make sure none of this stuff needs to be watered. At first glance, I would say we don't have much to worry about. These plants are growing strong and they look really, really healthy. Here we have some jalapeno peppers. We move down a little further. Here are some long hots. And in the back, we've got some singles of the jalapenos and the long hots. We've also been very impressed with the growth on our lettuce. We have a few different lettuce varieties that are just about ready to move up so they can be transplanted. The only thing is, I was looking at our weather. We've had reasonably nice weather, but the lows that I've been seeing on the upcoming temperatures have been dipping down into the low 20s. That's cold. That's a little too cold. But after this upcoming cold front, I think things should start warming up and these plants can start being sold. Which, as everyone knows, is an exciting time because when you start to move plants, that means spring is definitely here and summer is on the way. Now that we're all finished with chores, our next job brings us in here to the large greenhouse. I've got to find a way to get in here because I need to fill up a few trays because we have some seeding to do this morning. There's been a lot of tray filling up going on. You can see Aunt Bonnie, she's working on transplanting some marigolds. Not only does she have those marigolds, she has marigolds over here, and then there's like even more marigolds over here. So because she's doing so much transplanting, that means I'm gonna have to find a way to get in to use that machine. Now the trays that we had been filling up and I just helped Uncle Trey finish off with are the 806s. So we've got 8 packs with 6 cells in each pack. Around here we call those 806s, and then we call these 801s. These are open seeded trays. So what normally we would put in here is like onions, chives, things that we can just drop the seed in and not have to worry about it. We're gonna be seeding some red beets today, and we've also got dill, I believe we're gonna be seeding today. And normally we do that into these trays, the open seeded ones. But just to get an idea of how much seed we're putting on each tray, we are gonna be using our air seeder across the street. So I'm just gonna get all these trays filled up and ready to go. Now I could easily adjust the machine so I don't have to scoop the dirt off the top at the end. However, I'm only doing 10 of these trays, and the girls are down here doing a lot more 806s, and I don't want to mess the machine up on them, because if I slow them down, that's not a good thing. And it's not too difficult just to scrape a little dirt off the top here. Not difficult at all. Just got all my trays filled up. I'm gonna get them moved up into the germination greenhouse. At this point, I think Dad and Daniel are working on bagging potatoes. We needed some for the farm market, and I believe we have 10 bags for a restaurant for tomorrow. So lots of potatoes being bagged right now. It's hot in there. The temperature outside at this point is 58 degrees, but the real feel is still hanging out in the 40s. Inside this greenhouse, it is 86, 88 degrees right now. And if I can tell you one fact about greenhouses, it's always humid in here. Very, very humid. Now that we have our trays up here, we should be good to go. I don't think we're gonna fill up any more trays. We might have to. We had talked about seeding some peas for the customers. Yeah, seeding peas, exciting, I know. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do that. If we're gonna do that into the open trays or what the plan's gonna be, but I know we're gonna definitely be doing dill and definitely gonna be doing red beets. Here we have Dad. You can see that he's been busy. He's got 4 bags here, got bags along the back, he's got bags right here. That's a lot of potatoes, Dad.
A lot of orders.
Yep. Where do you wanna wait, Dad?
Right here somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my God, his teacher,
And here we have all the potatoes for that one order. This is going to one restaurant, 10 50-pound bags. So we're moving on to our next job. We don't have Daniel with us. Yeah. Daniel is taking a seed order over to one of the local farms. It's time to start delivering corn seed. Yeah, it's going to our cousin. Yep, we deliver to the cousins. Dad and I are making our way up into the germination greenhouse. It is time to get seeding. I'm just gonna warn you a little bit. It's hot in here. I was in here twice this morning. It's a little sweaty.
Well, yesterday it was like 40 degrees. Today's like 70.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna be 40 again. Sunday it's gonna snow.
And then it's gonna be lows in the 20s.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Pennsylvania.
I've already touched on this. I was very, very excited when I went in here early in the morning. But a lot of the stuff that we had seeded just the other day is starting to come up. And it's even a lot more than it was just this morning. I mean, we're really getting some seedlings pushing out of the soil. Wow, that is awesome. These trays have quite a bit up here, but then back here, this one's got quite a bit. Hey, Dad, come here, look at this. Have you seen this? Look at all your broccoli coming up.
Okay, you're not gonna believe this. I took this cover off at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah?
The cover off of it, and nothing was up at 7 o'clock this morning.
Now you're just pulling my leg.
Your eyesight's not that great.
I think you're telling
There
stories.
was nothing up at 7 o'clock this morning.
Well, maybe you should have looked
I
a
think
little
you
harder.
weren't-
You see this?
Were you not awake?
Were you sleepy?
Yes, I was. Matthew gives me a lot of stress. I did not sleep well last night.
I did not sleep well either.
Well, if it makes you guys feel any better, I have like a stiff neck this morning. I slept good, but I got a stiff neck. But that's enough of our complaints. As I look up through everything that we had seeded, there is tons of seedlings poking out of the soil, and that makes me very, very happy. But enough about the cole crops, Dad. What are we seeding first?
We are seeding dill. We're getting ready for pickles. Pickles are coming. They'll be here before you know it.
As I discussed a little bit earlier, we are going to be seeding into these open cell trays. And what's really nice about this is we are going to be using the air seeder to do it. And by doing that, we're going to be able to get an accurate idea of how much we actually have in each tray. So we've got our dill seed right here. And then over here we have our red beet seed. Oh yeah, ready to get started.
This is an experiment.
Oh, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, look at that. We got here, here, here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Man, that was a great idea. Who came up with that?
Daniel.
Over here, Dad. I thought I had it, and then you were
I am
like,
so confused now. There's no tag. The tags are not put on properly.
Why aren't you doing your job, Matt?
because you guys are saying the wrong numbers.
Don't start. Can you believe this guy?
Yeah.
You want to get beat.
Oh, get it? Because red beet's nice. Now we're doing these the same way we did our cole crops. The base of the soil is that growing medium that we use in those larger square bags, but then we're coming along the top and we're putting on this germination soil. Now this stuff is very fine, and that allows the seeds to be able to germinate properly and not have to push through a lot of material. This soil is light and fluffy, and the soil that we put underneath, so what the seeds would be rooting down into, that growing medium, because we use the pot filling machine, it really loosens that soil up. So it's not as easy to grow through as this germination soil is, but it'll be perfect for the job that we need it to do. And the whole reason we're doing it this way is because it is a little less expensive. That growing medium costs a little less than this germination dirt, so that's the reason why we're doing it.
Okay, we can put the dill right here. How many do we take? 8?
The rest, you want to take all the calcifone? Or is that
Yeah,
all?
that's all of it.
The cilantro can probably come out hot cherry.
Yeah.
Now we normally would like to keep the cole crops that we just seeded on the hot tables for a little bit longer, but we need room for this dill that we just seeded. So some of this cabbage that has already sprouted, it looks like there's more coming up. We just decided to move it. We're gonna need to move one more tray to make room for red beets, but they're doing that all the way at the top. This dill looks pretty good sitting here.
There's a little problem. This is not going to work.
The plate we have on holds about 98 seeds by itself if you were to do it conventional. But we have a little bit of an issue. It's not holding on to these red beet seeds. They're a little too large. They're a little too jagged, not uniform. So we're gonna end up seeding them this way.
Don't sprinkle that way too much.
Now what happens if one has less seeds than the other?
You're putting way too much on there, Matt. They're going to be too thick.
As you can see, we're having to hand seed the red beets into these trays, and well, I have different ideas of how to do it, but Matt's way is the wrong way.
I'm looking out for the customer. Give me that one so at least I have one done right.
Okay, here you go.
Does this one look better?
No, I doubt you. You may think this is all fun and games to you, but
This is serious stuff.
my name is on this label.
Yeah, so's our
And I
name.
gotta sell the plants when there's only 8 in there.
Well, I did a survey last year. The majority of the people only want 8 red beets per tray.
What survey
What
was
survey?
that?
You weren't even there half the time.
Matthew helped the customers. I
You're
helped
like,
them too.
oh, man, how many cars is that in the driveway? 47? I better go plant some tomatoes in the field.
There's a lot of complaining going on today.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Boy, I love this. This is fun. Same thing with the dill. We're just gonna bring them over here and then a light dusting of this germination soil on top. We just wanna make sure we're not seeing any color from the seed. So we just wanna cover them just enough that they're buried. Not too deep, not too shallow, because when we do come through in water, we don't wanna push the seeds out as well. But if we don't see any color from the seeds, I think we've done plenty. All the way up here at the top, the last 2. Now that everything's been watered, that should about do it in this greenhouse for us, so we gotta head down to the bigger greenhouse for a different job. Tell you what, this farm market's looking a little busy. Looks like we got cars all over the place. It's just more signs of what's to come shortly. This place turns into a madhouse very, very soon. Those cans are in. So this gives you an idea of what Aunt Bonnie's been up to all morning. This is all stuff that she had transplanted. And it needs to get moved out of this greenhouse because there's not enough room. So it's going down over the hill. And Matthew's gonna take this stuff down carefully. Slowly. Very carefully and slowly. Oh my, well isn't this just a work of art?
I'm gonna get it up there without losing it.
Yeah, I see. Ratchet strapped every single bag? Wow, that's impressive. Watch, Matthew's coming down with the flowers, okay?
I'm bigger than him.
Oh, that's true.
You better warn Matthew that I'm coming up with the portrait.
Well, I knew he was gonna start yelling at me. Matthew, where are we putting these marigolds at? What kind do you have? Mixed. I'm gonna get. Ouch! Just hit my head. We just got all the marigolds put in place all the way at the other end of the greenhouse, and we just got a special call. A special call that it is lunchtime. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm heading up to get something to eat. Alrighty. Ooh, look at this. Looks like we are having turkey barbecue. We got some macaroni salad over here. I am so excited. We definitely had a productive morning. We were discussing while we were eating lunch what we were gonna be working on this afternoon. Everybody's got their own little different jobs that they're working on. Daniel is still gonna be delivering seed. Matthew and I are gonna be helping out here at the farm market and moving plants around. And my dad, he is gonna be hauling a steer. So everybody's gonna be doing a different job. It's gonna be a lot of hauling, a lot of planting, and a lot of taking care of that farm market. That farm market has been insanely busy today. And that's probably where I'm gonna spend most of my time. So if anything exciting happens, I'll let you know. Oh, Callie, what do you have going on out here?
We're drawing.
What are you drawing?
We're drawing everything.
Wow, this is beautiful. We got Mommy and Callie out here, and then there's Ronnie and Lily. They're out here enjoying the nice warm weather. How are you, Lily? Good. And how are you, Ronnie? Oh, kicking the feet, kicking the feet. Well, everyone, I made a little bit of a mistake. I forgot to end my video. Yeah, can you believe that? So now at this time, I'm gonna remind you, don't forget to like the video, but also thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.